It's interesting because I feel a little bit like this push and pull. There's this dialectic inside of me that's saying I need to be beautiful, but I'm fighting against trying to be beautiful. And after I had children, I stopped wearing makeup every day, and it was very freeing. But I have two daughters, and they were starting to get into that age where they were worried about what they looked like, and people were telling them they were skinny. And I wanted to show them a video of an Axe body spray compared to the Dove Beauty Project. And I typed in the Beauty Project, and I came up with Steve's website, and ended up being so impressed that I thought, I need to email this guy. I knew that I had issues with my own body, and I wanted to try to heal those, and before my own daughters were old enough to be tainted by my image and society's image that we needed to have perfect bodies. My due date was September 12th, and we have this great view of the World Trade Center in downtown Manhattan, and I got a call from my husband, and he said there is a rumor that a plane has hit the Trade Center. So he said, would you look out the window? So I looked out the window, and I said, oh my God. And he said, what? I said, the tower's on fire. So it turned out I went into labor 2 days later, and at night, and took the subway in labor, and it was a very weird time. There were pictures in the hospital of people that were missing, but there was a view of where the Trade Center had been from my hospital window, and it was pretty freaky. Coming home was actually really an interesting experience, because I had this brand new baby, but it was one of those experiences where we would walk around the neighborhood with this brand new baby, and people were still kind of in shock. But seeing this brand new baby, really, you could see their faces light up. Like there was hope in seeing this new life and the possibility of better things. And so we took a lot of walks. I was recognized by the district attorney's office for my community building, and actually the state senator called me a woman of distinction. And it's basically from doing what I love, which is connecting people and to each other and to resources. I was working a rat race job, and I didn't know anybody in my community. And here I had this brand new baby, and I didn't know anybody. So I started a Yahoo group, and I called it Park Slope Parents, and ended up going around the neighborhood. Whenever I'd talk to somebody, I'd ask them if do you want to join Park Slope Parents? It's this online group to answer questions. And actually, since I grew up in the military and I moved pretty much every 2 years, I didn't have a sense of community. Community was transient. You had to kind of recreate it every time that you moved. So having a brand new child and not having a sense of community, that void in me was even stronger. So I really felt like maybe I can create this. And I don't know how. Let's use technology to kind of help us out. One of the nicest compliments anyone ever gave me was, I think you're really pretty, but the older you get and the more mature you get, the more beautiful you get. And I think with age comes wisdom and a beauty that kind of shines through. And when I hit my 30s, I have to look 21 again. I have to struggle to that. And then I hit my 40s, there's just this strength that I feel like I have, and I'm hoping that, it's not about trying to look like you're 21 again. It's about really being confident in who you are and not having to be anything anymore. So for me, beauty is that inner wisdom, that inner strength. And a lot of the connections that I've made with women who are my age, it's about that. It's about the strength and kind of the sisterhood and the fellowship And that's, to me, what I see as beauty. Whereas there's so many images that my kids are that are being thrown at my children as to this is what beauty is. Well, I'll pull out a magazine at the doctor's office and I'll flip through it and I'll say, what are they selling? And if it's some sexy woman, a lot of times they won't, they'll say, travel, and I'll say no. And so I've actually, in pulling out this magazine and flipping through it, they'll say, they're selling friendship. They're selling happiness because you have a certain fragrance on. So I've really tried to make them understand what people are trying to sell them, and that selling beauty is a way for companies to make money. Even if it's wrapped in this shell of the Dove Beauty Project, we're not really talking about beauty, we're talking about selling products. So I'm really trying to instill in that so that they don't go, I need that eyeshadow so that I can be happy. That's not what it's about. My dad was a big photographer. He had a camera that he gave to my aunt, and she gave it to me, and it's an old Recaflex. And I thought we could shoot with my dad's old camera. So Steve brought the film for it, and we shot with it last night, and I'm really excited about what the pictures might look like. I'm okay with my own body. I want my children to be okay with their bodies, and this is a way to kind of demonstrate that it's okay. And a lot of the people that I deal with right now, the moms who've kind of lost that sense of themselves because they've become mothers beyond being me first and a mom second, I think I'm kind of hoping that they can love themselves post-baby, because it really changes your body. And it's still a beautiful body, it's just a different body. And if we can embrace that new body and see it as a new phase in our lives, then we don't have to yearn for what we used to be. And I think that's an important lesson for people to learn. But I think a lot of Steve's work kind of shows he's able to come up with that beauty that you have on the inside and show it somehow. It's kind of this magic trick he has.